Hello, welcome. This is Treasure Chest Tuesday. I am Susan Taylor Shire, and this is Soul Mastery, your opportunity to know the mastery of your life, being guided from your heart and soul. And this is a significant moment in time, although it seems like every day is these days in our lives. But we've just had what we call a Saturn-Pluto conjunction. And I know you've heard lots about it, and I'm talking about it in more depth in the A Whole New You, A Whole New World Awaits You in 2020 Living Boldly and Brightly event that we're in the midst of, just completing now actually. And it's not too late if you want to listen to the recordings to really understand how this conjunction can be a best part of your life, with all that is breaking down, all that is wanting to come together, and it will be working in us and through us and in our world for quite a while. So you didn't miss anything if you missed Sunday and you were someplace else. There's much opening up, and it relates to sovereign authority, personal power, and living that pure connection, which is the universal power source that we all want to live by. So on that score, I had a email from someone in our event that I want to read to you, because my answer to her is very pertinent for all of us at this time, when this year is called a call to action. Your dreams will be fulfilled, but it's important for you to act and be embodied. So how do we do that best while still maintaining that purity of sense of peace and joy in connection? Okay, here we go. Hi Susan, I heard your call to action yesterday, along with the lesson of being very clear of what we are focusing on and calling forth. I have a bit of a conundrum with the call to action that goes something like this. So imagine this is a story, and it may be your story. I spent my 20s and 30s working to do more, be more, contribute more. I have always believed that I have a large capacity for action and that I should, in quotes, put my capabilities to use and do what I can to create change. I ran myself a bit ragged with this in mind, teaching college courses, organizing community forums, adding more and more to my plate for less and less compensation, in the name of doing my part. A wise advisor along the way counseled me that my quest was to fill a void of being valuable, and that just my presence is enough. I believe I have heard that message from you as well multiple times. So I have been more content to do less and have focused much more on what I can contribute energetically to the world. I know this is my main mission on earth, to contribute a vibration that is infused with my connection to the divine. However, I also know that I came to earth with a lot of energy to do, and I get a lot of satisfaction from doing. So how do we step up to this call to action in a way that doesn't contribute to burnout, disappointment, I'll add overwhelm, for efforts that don't seem to be rewarded with results, and distraction from honing and guarding our frequency? My guess at the answer: enter into all actions with ease and joy from a place of connection. I find that often actions/commitments that I believe start this way eventually turn the corner into feeling a bit heavy and somewhat disconnected. I could go on, but I think you can glean the gist of my conundrum and inquiry. Thank you. I so appreciate this week of focused intention with you. Okay, great. Let's do this, and let's do this from peace and joy. So this woman mentioned that void of feeling valuable. We all have our places of void. We all have that sense in us of either we want more love, we don't feel loved enough, we don't feel valuable enough, we don't feel successful enough, we don't feel enough of what? You can answer that one for yourself. What do you don't feel understood, you don't feel seen, all of that. Okay? And so we try to fill the void by either fight or flight, which overdoing can be part of. I've got to make a difference. I've got to be responsible. If I show I'm responsible, then I'll feel like I've fulfilled my mission here. Responsible to change it for everybody else. Make it happen for everybody else. That can be the pattern. Or we decide we're just on the other side of the coin, going to be just spiritual and live in peace and joy. And let the world do what it's going to do. And our contribution is an energy, but it's sitting in a closet, right? So there's a feeling of balance. And what is that balance? This is all part of this conjunction with Pluto and Saturn, or Saturn and Pluto. And that relates to this matter of personal authority. And what does that look like? That means holding that connection very solid in ourselves and knowing not just that joy will provide and peace on earth is in me and that's enough, which can feel a little robotic if it's just stuck inside in our head and maybe up to about here. It relates to the abdomen, this deep sense of not just knowing, which she mentioned, which is fabulous, but embodying that is our vow, that our connection to spirit comes all the way into our body, and we vow that we're going to live from the confidence that joy and peace will open the doors to a true sense of action, inspired action. So there has to be a sense of being inspired. If we're sitting back too much in just being a vibration, we aren't inspired to move forward in our life. And if we are doing based on a bit of fear, which is fight or flight or freeze, or I have to do this to belong, I have to do this to contribute, to make myself feel worthwhile, I have to give and give and give to others so that I won't be alone, that I will get the love I'm looking for. We have to look at why we do what we do. So our call to action must be refined and deeply connected. And this is what I do in this event and in the immersions and all the events I do, is to help you know viscerally, embodily, if that's a word, and in a knowing sense down to your toes, that you know without a shadow of a doubt that your action is inspired, guided by your heart and soul, and has the magic element to it that says, I can't wait to see what I'm going to create today. Not what I'm going to do, but what I'm going to create, which comes from an experiential sense of creation from joy, creation from fulfillment, creation from wholeness. That sense of dancing and singing into your world as an example. So it is the combination. We don't sit on the mountaintop and just breathe in peace and breathe out whatever we don't feel we want anymore. But we hold that sense of prosperity within us, feeling full and whole, inspired by the divine inspiration, pulsation, and then these conjunctions and the eclipses and all the beautiful things happening in the heaven have a place to come in within us, to be received and to be held and to be known within us, so we can collaborate with Spirit. And therefore, as a year of collaboration, collaborate with others who are on the same page of wanting to bring forth inspired action, guided from the heart and soul. So, this is your blessing to this new world of personal authority that we're coming into, putting less attention on who's got the power, seemingly, because we all collectively gave it away, gave our power to others for the sake of getting love, belonging, a sense of value, a sense of self, all of that. Not to take it back from them, but to reclaim it, reunite with it within ourselves, with that divine space of the bounty of prosperity, abundance, and all creation, fueled by love. That is our job description for today. Great to be with you, and I look forward to the more that we're going to create together. And if you haven't seen the notices coming out, woohoo, I have another event coming up. Yes, the new you, the whole new world awaits you, moving brightly and boldly into 2020, is still available for you to purchase the recordings to help you with your movement into 2020. And I'm also doing a new event in February. Oh, that time of year that is Love is in the Air time. And Love is in the Air time is the perfect time to move past this whole thing of Valentine's Day to the vibration of being able to draw in your intimate partner this year, if that is high on your list of intentions. And I support you 100% in doing that. The event will be based on my book that came out last summer. I Know You're Out There, A Soul's Journey to Sacred Love, that I wrote about my sacred journey to love. And I want you to know what you can do in action, in place, from the inside out, to draw that heart and soul connection to you that fulfills your longing for intimate partnership in your life. More on that. If you're not signed up for my email list, you can read all about it at soulmastery.net. And I look forward to seeing you, being with you in many ways in this blessed, fantastic, magical year we're in.